Congratulations, Christopher. You knocked it out of the park again. And as I started my interview with you for The Dark Knight and The Batman Begins, how do you keep topping yourself?
Thank you. Well, it's very kind of you to say. I mean, to be honest, we only go into a film if we know that we've got a story to tell, and we really felt like we needed to finish the story and put it together as one piece of work on trilogy. And so we felt very strongly going into it that we had a story to tell, and that's the thing you really need.
Was it, really, it must have been so amazing to be able to flesh out Batman/Bruce Wayne in this respect. What was it like to watch that evolution, knowing that it was going to be the end too?
I was just really enjoying watching what Christian had done with the role. We've been working on these films for 9 years. It's a long time that I've been watching him develop the character. And it was pretty amazing to go back and look at the first two films and just see how the character of Bruce Wayne had changed going into the third film, and then making and shooting The Dark Knight Rises, just watching Christian take that character even further. It's been a real pleasure.
I wanted to ask you that because what was it like from the first day that you guys started working on this 9 years ago, and to watch him now? We know he's a brilliant actor. He wins an Oscar finally. He's so fantastic. But from your perspective, to watch him grow, what has been the biggest change for you that you've seen?
I think Christian's extremely consistent in his methodology. So really, there's been no change in the way he works. Even after he won his Oscar and all that, he's the same Christian, which is terrific. He's a very grounded performer, and the way he approaches the characters is very grounded. He really just tries to inhabit the psychology and taking on Bruce Wayne, a Bruce Wayne who's really been in a kind of self-imposed isolation in a sense for about 8 years, almost like a Howard Hughes figure. Christian just really tried to approach that characterization from inside and really present the truth of that and what that would be, and it's a fun thing to watch on screen.
Yeah. Everybody's always with anticipation. Chris Nolan's opening scenes. What are they going to be like? Again, I don't know how you're going to top this one. That plane stunt. Can you just take me through that a little bit? And was your heart like non-stop pounding when you were shooting that?
It was pretty intense to shoot. We tried to do as much of it in camera as possible, and so we were up in helicopters filming a fuselage of a plane hanging from a heavy lift helicopter, and stunt guys on the side of it and everything. I found it pretty thrilling, actually, and it's one of the great privileges of my job, really, that you get to sit there with your writing partners and come up with something outlandish, and then spend months planning it with great stunt coordinators, special effects guys, and everything, and then you actually get to go up in a helicopter and see these amazing things take place in front of you. It's a joy.
Were any mishaps, or I hope not, but that's pretty dangerous, my friend.
Well, it looks very dangerous, but an enormous amount of planning and care goes into choosing the right people to do it, who have the right skills and are trained correctly, and very methodical, slow planning. And those guys were up there in Scotland, where we shot the sequence for many months, just figuring it all out in a very calm way, and so the shoot went very smoothly. We were finished a week early, I think, because it just came together very well, and that's a lot of very talented people working for a long time.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the new people in your stable here. Let's start with Anne Hathaway, who was just, oh God, was she good.
Yeah.
Tell me about, maybe her audition, or what was it about her that you thought, yeah, she's gonna be a great Catwoman?
I didn't really approach it from saying, okay, who's going to make a great Catwoman? It was really about, what's Anne going to bring to the character of Selina Kyle. For me, approaching these icons, and this was true of Batman with Christian, it was true of the Joker with Heath, and it's very true of Catwoman with Anne. You can't approach the icon head on. It's too daunting. It's more a question of, okay, who would this person be in real life, in our world, where we're trying to be a bit more grounded with things? How do we approach the icon from the ground up? How do we say, okay, what's the real character? What's going on in her head? And Anne is such a talented actor. She's also a great performer, if you like. She's got those two sides, so she can portray the interior life of the character with great authenticity and relatability. But she can also be very expressive and inhabit a larger-than-life character. And obviously Selina, Catwoman, she's both those things, and Anne brings it together really beautifully.
Yeah, what was the reaction when she first walked out on set with that? Catwoman outfit on?
People were pretty impressed. The crew was very impressed, I think. But I think they were even more impressed when they saw what she could do in that outfit and how she could fight and kick and just do all these amazing things. And she trained for many months very hard to figure all that out. And it's very important that she do it all herself, because there's performance in all of those movements. There's a dance-like quality to the way Selina has to move, and you have to really believe in that and invest in that. And what Anne's done, I don't think anyone will realize how much of it she's done on her own.
Tom Hardy, wow. Why was Bane the right villain for this, to end this trilogy?
For me, Bane was the right villain because we had never put Batman, Bruce Wayne, up against a physical adversary, someone who could stand toe-to-toe with him in a physical sense and project a very genuine sense of physical threat that, Batman might not actually survive the conflict with this person. And Bane really presented that opportunity. And, when I thought about who could play that threatening a character using only his eyes and his voice, Tom, who I'd just worked with on Inception, seemed the natural choice. And It was very exciting when he said he would do it.
It was exciting watching the fighter go against the warrior.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was absolutely cool. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who of course you worked with in Inception. There wouldn't be any doubt in my mind having you work with him again. He's fantastic.
He's terrific, and he's such a professional. So easy to work with, lovely guy. But more important than any of that, just an incredible talent. And when you work with somebody as talented as Joe or Tom, you want to repeat that experience. And that's why I worked with Christian on 4 different films. I worked with Michael Caine on 5 different films. You really, in a selfish way, when you work with talented people, you just want to keep using them, keep bringing them into things.
Yeah, we know how brilliant you are in the dramas and the thrillers that you bring us, but I would like to see a Christopher Nolan romantic comedy. Do you think you have one in your back pocket?
I certainly don't have one in my back pocket. I think that might be a challenge beyond what I'm up for. But hey, you never know.
You never know. I think you can handle it, no problem at all. It's such a pleasure always to talk to you. And Christopher, hats off. It's just a brilliant, spectacular movie. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.